4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, he was so curious. Get his attention. Oh my, shut up. Oh, he's loving it. Oh. He's so done.
They got it.
So cute.
You have probably seen one or two adorable and heartwarming moments like these, whether from movies, social media, or personal experience, of a human interacting with dolphins. From dolphin interaction programs that draw in tourists for vacation resorts and travel destinations, to elaborate aquarium performances curated for your entertainment, to hit Hollywood movies portraying the touching bond of unlikely friendship between a young boy and a captive orca. Modern science, art, and technology seem to have portrayed a curious narrative of a special bond between us and our sociable friends of the sea. But is that really the case? Or is this a mere illusion painted by the million-dollar industry of dolphin captivity? The history of human relationship with these highly intelligent mammals may turn out to be much more complicated than it seems from the surface, and may date back much further than you'd think. As early as 300 BC, Aristotle has described dolphins in his work Historia Animalium, The History of Animals, making many pertinent observations about dolphins, including the fact that they bear their young alive, suckle them, breathe air, and communicate by underwater sounds. These discoveries were quite astonishing. In fact, he even once stated that the voice of the dolphin in air is like that of the human in that they can pronounce vowels and combinations of vowels, but had difficulties with consonant. A statement that was long regarded as myth by 19th and early 20th century biologists, as they believed that dolphins and whales had no vocal cords at all. But Aristotle's finding was later found to be true, as scientists later learned that dolphins are able to produce underwater sounds through the sac on their head, and even echolocation signals. Modern scientific research funded by NASA has even attempted to teach dolphins to communicate through human languages.
This is the morning lesson with Peter. Hello. Hello.
So just how smart are dolphins? Modern dolphins' brains are so large that their encephalization quotient, their brain size compared to the average of their body size, is second only to human. Dolphins are able to form complex social networks. They hunt together, travel together, and even have their own communicative language with their flocks. That's passed down from generation to generation. In fact, dolphins that are raised in captivity and later released often have a hard time rejoining a flock, rejected by other dolphins in close family groups. Like Kiko, the orca that portrayed the wildly beloved Willy in Free Willy, who later died in a fjord of Norway after many failed attempts to adjust into the wild. But some of the most amazing things about dolphins are their senses of empathy, altruism, and attachment. The habit of helping injured individuals extends across the species barrier, as evidenced by many accounts of dolphins carrying humans to the surface of the sea. Like us, dolphins mourn their dead, and even commit suicide when met with extreme emotional trauma under confinement. Here is an account by renowned dolphins' rights activist and former animal trainer Rick O'Barry, who once captured and trained these animals for the hit TV show Flipper from the 60s.
They call him Flipper, Flipper, faster than lightning. No one you see is smarter than he.
To be perfectly blunt, I was as ignorant as I could be for as long as I could be. I remember going out there that day, and it was a very hot day, and she was black from sunburn because she spent most of her time on the surface of the water. Her fin was bent, just like Keiko's. That's why they're bent. Gravity. That's nature saying there's something wrong here. They travel underwater where there's no gravity. And so she swam over and looked me right in the eye, took a breath, and just held, just held it. Well, she sank to the bottom of the tank. I jumped in and pulled her to the surface. She committed suicide.
O'Barry went on to become a vocal activist against dolphin hunting and captivity, and later starred in the Oscar-winning documentary The Cove. But the truth is, cases like Kathy and Kiko's are still happening all around the world today. From the yearly Taiji dolphin hunt in Japan that has slaughtered over 20,000 dolphins, to more than 3,000 dolphins that are still held captive in aquariums, zoos, and marine parks to this day. Although progress has been made through activism for the freedom of these marine mammals, we are still a long way from ending the battle against the dolphin industry. So, what can we do to take actions against such cruelties? One solution proposed by marine mammal scientists for these captive dolphins is to put them in a sea pen. As we have learned from the case of Kiko, marine mammals who are raised in captivity simply cannot survive the wild. But imagine an island like this. For comparison, here is the size of SeaWorld's largest tank. Here in the bay, marine mammals can begin to learn to hunt for themselves and socialize with one another. The cost of building and maintaining the pen could be offset by turning the island into a public educational facility managed by a non-profit organization rather than an entertainment company like SeaWorld. And rather than watching captive orcas do unnatural tricks, the public can watch them in something approaching a natural habitat, learning to be free again. I urge you to take action by volunteering, petitioning, and donating to non-profit activist groups like Rick O'Barry's DolphinProject.com, boycotting companies like SeaWorld that benefits from dolphin captivity, participating in citizen science projects like this one to better help scientists understand dolphin activities, educate yourself through documentaries like The Cove and Blackfish, and disseminate these informations to help make a change.